Live from the WAME News Center, this is the 6 o'clock news. Iredell County's trusted news leader with Bryson Davis.
Good evening, I'm Bryson Davis. Thank you for joining us for the 6 o'clock news. We begin tonight with an arrest in connection to the theft of heavy equipment from a Troutman construction site. Back on November 3rd, 2025, detectives with the Troutman Police Department's Criminal Investigations Unit launched an investigation after a Bobcat compact loader was reported stolen from a construction site along South Main Street. After a months-long investigation, authorities identified 40-year-old Justin Wilson of Statesville as the suspect. Detectives obtained a warrant charging Wilson with larceny of a motor vehicle. Wilson was arrested February 9th by the Statesville Police Department and is now being held under a $25,000 secured bond. Troutman police say crimes like this directly impact local businesses and the community as a whole. The department says it remains committed to holding offenders accountable and protecting the property of residents and business owners. Investigators also thanked the Cabarrus County Sheriff's Office and the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office for their assistance, noting that strong interagency collaboration plays a key role in solving cases like this. A Wilkes County man is facing a long list of court-related charges after being arrested Wednesday. According to jail records, 51-year-old Anthony Benjamin Church of Wilkesboro was taken into custody February 18th by the Iredell County Sheriff's Office. Church was booked into the Iredell County Detention Facility in Statesville just after 1 p.m. He is charged with 11 counts of failure to appear. Secured bonds on those charges range from $5,000 to $25,000. Additional charges include felony probation violation with a $10,000 secured bond, habitual felon status carrying a $50,000 secured bond, and a true bill count with a $10,000 secured bond. Details surrounding the underlying cases connected to the failure to appear charges were not immediately available. No further information about upcoming court dates has been released. Still ahead, a deadly morning on Interstate 40 in Catawba County as a pedestrian is struck and killed near the McDonald Parkway exit. And in Yadkin County, a vehicle fire shuts down part of Interstate 77 for hours during the morning commute. We'll have the latest details after the break.
When you're diagnosed with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, you just want to feel better. Steroids help get my symptoms under control, but they come with problems and long-term risks. I need to look out for my future health. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation changed everything. They encouraged me to take action and even helped me find a specialist. We now have a plan that works for today and tomorrow. Don't put off finding an answer. Spill your guts. Learn more at spillyourguts.org.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
A tragic start to the morning in Catawba County as a pedestrian was struck and killed on Interstate 40. According to the North Carolina State Highway Patrol, the incident happened shortly before 7 a.m. Thursday in the eastbound lanes of I-40 near the McDonald Parkway exit in Hickory. Troopers say a man was attempting to cross the interstate when he was hit by a vehicle traveling eastbound. Emergency crews responded to the scene, but the pedestrian was pronounced dead. Highway Patrol confirmed one fatality. Authorities say the driver involved in the crash stopped immediately and is cooperating fully with investigators. Traffic in the eastbound lanes was impacted for a time as troopers conducted their on-scene investigation. At this point, the victim's identity has not been released pending notification of next of kin. The crash remains under investigation. Meanwhile, a vehicle fire caused significant traffic disruptions in southern Yadkin County during the morning commute. The fire was reported along Interstate 77 southbound near exit 79 at Rena Bridge Road early Thursday morning. When crews arrived, they found a vehicle fully engulfed in flames in the southbound lanes. Firefighters worked quickly to contain and extinguish the blaze, but traffic was slowed and at times restricted for several hours while crews cleared the scene and ensured the roadway was safe. Motorists traveling through the area experienced heavy backups during peak commute times. No injuries have been reported. The cause of the fire has not yet been released, and authorities have not said whether mechanical issues or another factor may have contributed. North Carolina lawmakers are talking about cutting property taxes, but a new warning says federal funding changes could actually make that harder. From Medicaid and food assistance to disaster recovery and cybersecurity, shifting costs from Washington to the states could add up to billions. Why experts say local governments and taxpayers may end up footing the bill. That story after the break.
There I was, 16, divorced, remarried with a baby, another on the way, and I could barely read or write. Getting my high school diploma was a catalyst I needed. Now I have a bachelor's and master's, and I became a teacher. When I look at all these success stories, I could not help but think it all started by getting my high school diploma.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
North Carolina lawmakers considering property tax cuts got a cautionary message Wednesday about the future of federal funding and how shifting costs from Washington could complicate those efforts. Members of the House Select Committee on Property Tax Reduction and Reform heard from Dr. Whitney Alfonso of the UNC School of Government, who described what she calls cost shifting. That includes programs like SNAP, Medicaid, FEMA disaster recovery funding, and new federal digital accessibility requirements that could significantly increase expenses for local governments. For example, the federal government previously covered half the administrative costs of SNAP. That share has now dropped, leaving state and local governments responsible for 75%, a challenge that could cost North Carolina counties up to $70 million annually. Lawmakers also heard that roughly $325 million in federal education funding was either canceled or withheld from North Carolina school systems last year, including teacher training and mental health grants. Alfonso warned that new mandates, including lead pipe replacement and environmental cleanup, could add billions more in costs nationwide. State Representative Jeff Zenger said rising government expenses continue to squeeze working families as lawmakers try to balance tax relief with growing financial obligations. No votes were taken during the meeting, but discussions on property tax reform are ongoing. That's all for this evening's news. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to stay informed and connected with WAME News. Have a good night.
Stay informed. Stay ahead. WAMEnews.com. Social and on air.